got a new hero of the right, haven't we? We've got a new hero of the robust male anti-vax right, haven't we? This week
It's not me, is it?
It's not you, no.
No.
It's one of the Kennedys. Which one killed that woman?
Oh my God!
In the car.
You're really opening with that, are you?
Yeah, I'm opening with that. I don't care. Who drove the car off the cliff and rolled out before, like, he got dragged into the crevice?
Let's just go back.
Pull back.
And not worry about that part of it.
All right.
Because who you're talking about is Robert F. Kennedy Jr., aren't you?
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. But there was a Kennedy that rolled out of a car, didn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
Chappaquiddick you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, what the Chappaquiddick incident you're talking about in 1969.
Which brother was that?
That was Ted Kennedy.
That was Ted Kennedy, right? I knew there was a Ted somewhere in there. Theodore. Yeah. Good. All right. Fine.
But that's got nothing to do with the fact that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been doing vaccine nonsense for ages. It's just that he happened to pop up on Joe Rogan. And
he's been very busy. And a lot of people have been sort of saying, it's quite sweet really, they've been saying, to be honest, like, I'd usually be against clever people debating idiots, but to be honest, when I was really right wing, debating people was really useful, because I had to sort of research my so-called research, and it turns out a lot of what I thought was a lot of shit.
So actually, even the act of potentially considering a debate is enough to shake people out of their nonsense. Yeah,
sometimes. You just have a look around, you sort of go, I mean, there's a lot of bad websites saying all this stuff. I've not seen a single reputable website saying any of this.
But then, what you got to do, and what you must do, and this is solid advice, is you then must double down.
Double down!
Never lose face.
Never lose face. Just
never
double
change.
down, for crying out loud.
Everything exactly the same as it always has been. So that you don't get upset or frightened.
Is there like a conspiracy theory that I can get involved with that will not ally me to the more unsavoury side of conspiracy
like a
theories?
gentle,
Is there one about
conspiracy theory?
Yeah, is there something that I could be a preeminent expert on? A conspiracy theory that's not really going to do much harm to anyone, like, you know, all giraffes are homosexual or something like that. Like I have an idea in my head. I sort of say, giraffes, there's no straight giraffes. And if they do procreate, it's just because they think they're having sex with another same sex, and it's just accidental. But truly, giraffes are all gay. Now, I just need something like that that's not going to offend anyone.
Well, I think that
particularly
what you've stumbled upon there is every conspiracy theory has to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So you could just start that one if you wanted.
Yeah.
I
pulled that one out my bum, so to speak, and I don't want to start with that one, but maybe we could come up with one. Look at Petro. Hello at lookatpetro.com. Maybe somebody could come and get in touch. What's a nice, safe conspiracy theory that's mental, but safe enough for me not to be pulled in with all of the right-wing lot, but make a bit of money off it?
Oh, you want to make money? I think that changes the dial a bit.
Okay.
I want you to do it just for the joy of it. I don't want you to make money out of it.
Oh, okay, fair.
Because that's when it becomes a grift, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
So I've got a list here of conspiracy theories, and I can think of a couple off the top of my head that aren't. So what about this one? The one that keeps popping into my head is the conspiracy theory that Paul McCartney died in the 60s.
Yeah.
And was replaced by an imposter. Now, I'm tempted to say that's probably harmless to everyone apart from Paul McCartney, but I now quite intensely dislike Paul McCartney. So I don't care about that.
Why? Because of the AI stuff he's been up to.
I just think he's really embarrassing bloke. I've got a list of conspiracy theories here in front of me.
Any of them about giraffes?
And they're separated out into sections.
Okay.
And I'm going to read you the sections, and I want you to choose one from the section.
I want the hooved animals section.
I want you to choose a section, and we'll talk about a couple of them from that section. Now, I would respectfully ask that you don't choose the ethnicity, race and religion section. Because
come on, Moa, let me have some fun, mate.
That is problematic. Other than that, you've got one of the following: aviation, business and industry, deaths and disappearances, economics and society. That could be problematic as well. Espionage.
Deaths and disappearances could be problematic. Depends on how recent they go, for crying out loud.
Fandom, celebrity relationships and government politics, medicine, outer space, science and technology, and sports.
Okay. Can I have disappearances, but let's do an old one.
Okay.
I'm not.
So,
I'm not talking about Maddie. Come on, Karen. Just.
so what about the death of the Roman Emperor Nero?
Okay. What happened to him?
Well,
I just don't think this is going to get people clicking on TikTok, Luke. I need something a bit more sexy, a bit more spicy.
If we stumble upon somehow a descendant of Nero who gets offended, that's on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, in ancient times, I think this is an interesting one, chiefly because it shows you just how prone human beings are to conspiracies. It's quite tempting to think, because of the internet, conspiracies are all over the place now. Well, actually, 68 AD, Roman Emperor Nero took his own life. Right. Even at the time, widespread conspiracy theories were circulating, saying that he'd actually faked his own death and was secretly alive in hiding, plotting to return and re-establish his reign. In most of the stories, he was said to have fled to the east, where he was loved and admired. And then, as an extension of that, some theories held that Nero was actually dead, but he would return from the dead to retake his throne. And a lot of Christians believed in those early conspiracy theories and feared it because Nero had basically persecuted Christians. So it's happened a long, long time ago. So it's been going since God was a boy, really. And then obviously
that's one in the eye for the Christians, isn't it?
But
if someone's coming back to life and it's not God, it's not Jesus, it's Nero who persecuted.
Also, can I potentially open a controversial can of worms here and say that what's often left out from the Jesus story, who you famously forgot how he died, by the way.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
he only came back to life for a bit.
Yeah,
and then disappeared again.
Well, that lady who came back to life in that coffin, was she in Peru or somewhere? It was quite a recent story where somebody kind of came, was found in a coffin having a real terrible time.
You would be.
Yeah, she came back to life and then died, but she is dead now. So,
but I just think that if you came to the Christian story or myth or whatever you want to call it, completely dry, and people were saying, the good thing about Jesus was, he came back from the dead, eternal life and all the rest of it. And they very much lean into the eternal life thing. So I'd be thinking, all right, is he still knocking about now then? Nah. He's not. No one's seen him.
No, exactly, yes. He was only out for a bit, wasn't he? Yeah, and then he disappeared. Now,
yeah.
What's he up to?
Anyway, so on the kind of conspiracy theory around deaths and disappearances, but have you seen my cat?
Well, I saw there was
involved.
like a tail flashed behind your chair earlier, and I thought, have you got a little tail? Have you become a furry?
Yeah.
But no, it was one of your cats.
By the way, on the conspiracy theory deaths thing, what I do genuinely find very interesting is if anyone dies of any prominence who is loved for whatever reason, there appears to be some kind of conspiracy theory about it.
Yes,
it's the human condition, isn't it? The list of people who've died, who are prominent, who've had a conspiracy theory about them, is basically just a list of famous people who've died.
But it's mainly just heart problems from COVID vaccines, isn't it? I mean, these days it's all that conspiracy theory, isn't it? Like,
Abraham Lincoln, for example.
Well, yeah,
what are you talking
probably.
about?
No, I'm saying like as in
way back.
As in like I'm talking about. Like now, like whenever somebody dies.
Yeah.
I think I meant now, like whenever somebody dies.
I know he got hit by a truck, but he had the vaccine the day before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then Joe Rogan will just put that out.
Yeah. Well, there was actually an anti-vax movement rallying around. You know, I want to start a conspiracy theory about giraffes.
Yeah.
The anti-vax movement did have a little Google rallies around giraffe deaths. 3 giraffes at the Dallas Zoo died after receiving the COVID-19 vaccine.
So that's been made up, is it?
Well, no, I mean it's obviously made up, but I mean back in 2021, the first death, which occurred in October, the zoo had to euthanize a 3-month-old giraffe named Maracani due to a catastrophic injury to one of its legs, and basically the COVID-19 anti-vaxxers got all ramped up, and they basically said that they were it was because they vaccinated the giraffes against COVID-19.
Why are they so into it? Why have they tacked onto the COVID thing so much? Is it because it's so prevalent?
Yeah, I don't know. They're probably just excited about not having the vaccine.